Thank you for watching, as always. In this installment of the AI Governance Textbook series, we will explain the decisive difference between AI accountability and AI explainability. Last time, we discussed how AI accountability tools are entirely different from validation tools. In the field, however, these two concepts remain deeply confused. An AI POC may pass smoothly, but when it comes to enterprise deployment, the proposal is blocked by legal and risk management departments. Even if explainable AI XAI has been introduced and the basis for decisions is supposedly visualized, why do they still apply the brakes? The reason is simple: the ability of humans to understand the reasoning behind a decision is a completely different issue from the organization's ability to fulfill its responsibility. In short, explanation is a tool for persuasion, while responsibility requires a structure for verification. As long as these are confused, AI cannot overcome the final barrier to production deployment. Why does explainability fail to establish responsibility? What explainable AI provides is merely the degree to which certain inputs contributed to the AI's decision at that time. This serves as a plausible narrative for humans. However, whether that narrative objectively proves the legitimacy of the decision at the time it was made is an entirely separate issue. If the state of the model and the input data at the time of calculation are not completely fixed, it becomes impossible to reproduce the exact conditions months later after an incident occurs. If a decision cannot be reproduced, no matter how elaborate the explanation, it will be dismissed as a post-hoc excuse. Furthermore, while explainability tells us why an outcome occurred, it fails to define the responsibility boundary, the limits of what is acceptable. Leaving this boundary ambiguous allows organizations to evade responsibility by claiming an outcome was unforeseeable, making it impossible to withstand audits or regulatory investigations. The requirements for establishing AI accountability are not found in technologies that aid comprehension, but in a structure that anchors responsibility. This means pre-defining the responsibility boundary, recording the computational evidence in an unalterable ledger, and ensuring a state where a third party can independently recalculate and verify the decision after an incident. Even if transparency is maximized and the algorithm is made public, if the decision made at that specific moment cannot be objectively recalculated, responsibility cannot be proven. During the final stages of enterprise deployment, review boards do not ask whether humans can understand and be persuaded by the outcome. They ask whether a third party can verify that the process was factually correct. Rather than retreating into narratives of understanding, we must pre-implement a verifiable evidence structure within the system. That is the only way to protect the organization. This has been Ghost Drift Mathematical Institute. We will see you in the next episode.